Morning traders, and this is your Aussie South African top 40 day trade set up for today. Now, pretty interesting day. We did get the gap up, we got a massive gap up, and then immediately started selling back. Okay, so you can't really see it on the lower time frames, but there's a couple of things at play here, and I just want to get a few levels in here. Okay, so this is the first one that is forming, and to me, this is still a consolidation for this strong move to the upside. Okay, so yes, it's quite a big triangle, but we need to be patient to wait for this thing to get going again. Now, if we start looking at the 3 hour here, right, so we do have this massive engulfing, and this thing's bugging me. Give me a sec. Okay, so that was the first trend line, which we gapped up, came back, and we've tested. Look at the moving averages. They are crossed over positively, and they are pointing at the upside. So the whole of last week we were in a downtrend. Now we have a uptrend. Okay, oscillators are not telling us anything at the moment. And then what I want to do is I just want to put that in. Even though it's not a trend line at the moment, this to me is a much bigger consolidation, triangle consolidation. Now if we come back to the hour and start looking at this, you can see a couple of things happening here. So the first thing is we have a potential double top here, and it has broken to the downside. All right, so there's my double top. Okay, so my target is my inside tails here. Probably something else to the left as well. There it is there. Okay, so that is my target at the moment. Okay, obviously what I want to see is I want to see a move to the upside, and then a continuation to come and tag this target, which would be a buying opportunity. Now, just having a look at the European markets and the US markets, I'm getting conflicting information there. So take this with a pinch of salt. I think the best way to trade this thing right now is, as per usual, the trusty closing range breakout strategy. Okay, yesterday the closing range breakout worked, but it would be very difficult to get into this because of the size of the gap up. Okay, now the only thing that really would have been a decent trade would have been off this level here, but let's just work on the closing range. So first things to notice is that we have a grouping of the oscillators to downside. Okay, I'm going to use that level there for my down. I'm going to leave this trend line in because I'm going to assume that this is a second attempt to test this break. Okay, if we do break below 52.569, which is the bottom of the closing range, then you can expect 52.336 to be tagged, which does make sense. This inside bar here, this one here is incorrect data. That one is valid. Okay, and then obviously a move to the upside. Get the two levels in, and then click that. So then a move to the upside, which coincides with the 200 moving average on the 30-minute, 200 SMA. But if we break above 52796, then we are looking at 53026 as our target. So our range at the moment is 230 points. Okay, So I suspect we're going to stay in this consolidation pattern for a bit longer. And, you know, I would pretty much put that as my bottom of the range, and that is my top of the range. Okay, so that's kind of what I'd be doing. Definitely looking for longs off 52, 324, and until we get through this area here, not really keen to look at any continuation longs of that. So short of the top, long of the top, off the bottom, but I'm not interested in the shorts because of the trend that we're in at the moment. So what I did want to show you is what opportunities you had for trading yesterday. So you had a gap up, you had this pullback, okay, and you had an opportunity to take the pullback. So in other words, here was your first indication that you need to look for something, and it rallied, and then obviously we fell off. But I think the wise decision would have been look at your 6 minutes. There was nothing really here, but then have a look what happened here. If I do this, so price makes a high, makes a new high, diversions with the grouping of my oscillators. Okay, at a level. Where's the level, you ask? There's the high of the day. I know it's not an inside tail, but it is the high of the day. It's always selling going to happen off that until it breaks it. And there it is there, oscillators grouped, worth a chance, and boom. Had a fairly decent pullback. And I suspect this pullback is going to continue. And my bias is the downside today to come and tag the bottom of the range. Okay, so this is kind of, whenever you're in a range, this is the story. You need to be looking at the lower time frames and trade those lower time frames. This could be a double bottom that's forming as well, also possible, or there could be a third push down. But I do suspect that there are buyers going to step in pretty soon. If not here, the gap is definitely a magnet, so I'd wait for the gap and then see if this level of 52324 holds, and then get in for my move to the upside. And I think the move to the upside is really just to the top of the range again. Or if you are looking at the triangle, you've got the triangle. Now, just last word of warning here is look at this 4 hour. Okay, massive engulfing close candle going into the close yesterday. Okay, and look at the moving averages. They are in negative territory. Okay, now before we close off, let's just quickly have a look at the ichimoku, and you'll see 4 hour trend is up, but we are ranging. We have Kijun and Tekinson flat, Chiku span inside price. So we are ranging, which makes sense. We are pretty much in a range. Doesn't matter how you want to draw it. There's our range. If we look at the daily, Kijun and Tekinson are far apart. We have broken through the cloud, but we haven't really tested the cloud. So obviously a break of this range is going to give us a move back down to the bottom of the cloud here. But at this stage we're above the cloud. Kijun, Tekinson, Chiku span, all pointing to bullish moves. And if I come down to the hour, we have a different picture. We broke through the cloud twice. Now we've broken the downside. So lots of confusion on the lower time frames, which makes sense because we are on the bigger time frames in a range. Okay, so whenever Kijun and Tekinson's flat like this, it indicates a range. When you are trading sideways inside the cloud, you're in a range as well. So that's all that's validating for me, is that we are in a range. We are still in an upward trend. So I'm still looking for longs. But I'd like to be long off the bottom, possibly just off this gap close, because that would touch the 4 hour cloud again. So you can see here we broke through the cloud, came back, and now we bounced off the cloud. This is the second bounce off the cloud. Break below these fractals here is going to start indicating a move to the downside, which is what Kijun and Tekinson are saying. Prepare for a move down, because red is above blue. Okay, Kijun is above Tekinson. but the fact that they're straight indicates range. If they're pointing down, that would indicate a potential trend change. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me today. Not really looking for any long-term trades on those. Look at the lower time frames and looking to trade inside this range for now until we get a breakout of it. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.